Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to F1 Manager 2023 in another part of the Williams Road to Glory career mode. I'm Joe, if you're new around here, and this is the start of Season 2, the start of our Season 2 journey with the team. Has all that research paid off? We've been saving up money to really try and take Williams to the next level. We had a solid Season 1, finishing 7th in the Constructors' standings. Can we take this team to glory this season? Now, last year, with Aston Martin, we did actually manage to win the Drivers' and Constructors' title in Season 2. We won the first race as well with Fernando Alonso. I don't think that's going to happen this year, I'm going to be honest. I think that the game is a lot more difficult, but we've got two fabulous drivers in Albon and Tsunoda. I think we're in a really good position to move forward. So today's all going to be about trying to work out where we are as a team, head towards that first race of the season in Bahrain, and I'm really looking forward to it. But leave a like if you do enjoy. It would be fantastic. We always see a big boost at the start of new seasons, so it'd be fantastic if we could hit 200 likes for this first video of Season 2. Let's get it off to a great start, and fingers crossed we can have a positive result today and not be languishing at the back. But without further ado, let's get ourselves immersed into the action and, have a workout of what on earth we need to do today. We'll say goodbye to our cars from 2023. Obviously, we will be getting brand new parts for the car very, very shortly. But first things first, we do need to go and appoint a new reserve driver. So let's have a little look at the scout reports. In terms of overall rating, there's not going to be many people out there that we can get in there that'll be good for us, if you get me. We can try Logan Sargent again. I don't think he will accept a reserve driver role. We will try it. No, he is not happy with that. So, yeah, Logan Sargent will not be joining next season. Now, Mick Schumacher, he's somebody I would like to get in there, but again, I don't think he will join us. Again, he does not want to be a reserve driver. Richard Verschoor, he's somebody I would like to try and bring in. Of course, he was the F2 champion this season. I think he would honestly do a very good job for us if we can put him in as a reserve driver. I think we can develop him nicely, perhaps to take over Alex Albon in the future. Let's have a little look at that. And he would actually be up for the job. Let's just double check other people. There's Liam Lawson, of course. I mean, he's actually 2 years younger, already in F1. And yeah, I think maybe Liam Lawson's the guy we want to look at. Certainly in terms of pace, he's kind of already there. We cannot go for Zane Maloney this year. Obviously, there's a Wasa as well, and we could potentially go for an all-Japanese lineup down the line, which might be a nice idea. He's, of course, got very good pace as well. But Liam Lawson is younger. Would cost us a little bit of money to break his contract. So I'm actually going to go for Ayumu Iwasa. I think this is a more realistic signing for Williams. We're going to go for 1 season. It seems to add on. A year. Let's see. So he's happy with reserve. He wants 3 seasons. He wants, and he wants a little bit more money. Okay, so let's go and do that. We can give you 2 million, my friend. Let's see if he likes this proposal. Oh, he doesn't. Well, maybe he wants just 1 season then. Oh, he has. He's accepted that, actually. All right, that's fine by me. So he will be replacing Luc Dupont. Very, very happy. Yeah. Ayumu Iwasa is coming in as our reserve driver next season. That's a bit of pressure on Tsunoda and Albon. And he will be coming in almost immediately, which is fantastic. We've got some regulation changes to think about going ahead to Season 2. Of course, wind tunnel time, the top teams are going to be getting more wind tunnel time than they've had. We're going to be getting slightly less than we've had this season, which is just absolutely bonkers, but it is what it is. So let's push on. I think that's all we want to do. I think the cost cap will still be in yeah, it doesn't actually say there. I don't know where the cost cap is. Where is the cost cap? Yeah, I think we want to start the new season and get out of that. So here we go. Start new season. And there we go. So welcome to the new season. It's time to review the year's regulations, manage the engine, which of course I've not even thought about, and negotiate new obligations for your sponsors. So is this going to be any different this season? Or is it going to be a little bit different? So merchandising. Pre-season cost, income per race. So we will get a bit of a profit from that. Race simulator event. See, the more we do that, then the more money we'll get. I don't think we want to take our drivers off too much though, and these won't really give us a lot of money, so I'm quite happy to leave those how they are. Sponsorship value 101 million. We're going to get 17 million in a pre-season lump sum and 3 million per race. That sounds good to me. Okay, right. They want us to finish 8th or above. They want us to be points contenders by 2025. So scoring in half of the races. That's fine. Our balance. Let's have a look. So 2023 balance says 0. So we're going to go down to 23 million here. It'll be annoying if that is the case. Technical stuff, obviously, things are changing. We have, of course, got a little bit of research in there. It's not going to help us all the way in all areas. Some areas we have done pretty well in, but other areas we've struggled. You can see engine coolant in particular we've certainly struggled with. But good to see that our research has paid off. Financial regulations then. Cost cap is fine. First position, I'm going to get a bit more prize money this time than in previous years. But hopefully we are going to be trouble in the top 4 this season. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. And yeah, all of this is fine. That's all going to be different. So we obviously finished 10th last year. So we had 6.9 CFD hours in there. We're now going to have 5.4. Sorry, 5.7. So it's much less. And wind tunnel testing time, we had 92 hours last season. We're going to get 76 this season. All of that is the same. Okay, cool. Right, on to the powertrain. So, I mean, of course, we are currently with Mercedes. 22 million that's going to cost us. Obviously, Red Bull powertrains a little bit cheaper. Have a bit more power. Bit more thermal resistance there as well. Actually, sorry, a bit less thermal resistance. These bars make absolutely no sense to me. Power loss threshold at 85%. Okay. So Mercedes keep their power. I think is that the ranking? I have no idea here. Wear resistance at 70% for Red Bull, 82% for Mercedes. Let's just have a little look at that. What does that mean? How resistant the engine is to losing power due to wear. A higher wear resistance means slower power output decline. So yeah, Mercedes is still probably the best engine out there, isn't it? ERS durability isn't great for Mercedes. Ferrari a little bit better. Gearbox, yeah, Ferrari a little worse. Fuel efficiency. Renault's pretty good with that one. I mean, Renault do have a fairly balanced car, but they just don't have a lot of power. But Mercedes apparently have the least power. This is so tricky. I mean, do we go Renault? Do we save a little bit of money? The power is slightly more than Mercedes. Their power loss threshold isn't too bad compared to Red Bull and Ferrari. They've got pretty good wear resistance. Thermal resistance, second worst. Fuel efficiency is good. Gearbox durability is pants. ERS durability is pretty rubbish as well. You know what? I'm going to go Renault. This could be a mistake, but it's going to save us a little bit of money. And we'll see if that helps us out next season. Back to Williams Renault, everybody. Hired for next season, we've got Iwasa in there, and I think we are now all ready to go. So yeah, there is Iwasa. Let's have a look at where we want to develop him. I'm looking really at this overtaking, smoothness, accuracy. That's the sort of ones that we want to do. So that might be driving standards. Overtaking 66, race strategy, yeah, probably that one is going to be where we're looking. Yeah, race strategy. We'll try and improve him. And he's got 3 years on his contract. He's here till 2026, which is pretty amazing. And these guys have got till the end of 2024. But I'm hoping that they will pull off another good season. Okay, in terms of staff, obviously getting Diego in there. I'd like to have a little look at the staff, see if any of them are free agents. Or should we have a look down the drivers first? I know I'm dipping all over the place this episode, but let's see if anybody has changed teams. Yeah, we'll have to go by overall rating. I don't think so. Hamilton, Bottas, Alonso, Ocon, Stroll, Magnussen, Zhou Guan Yu, Tsunoda, Piastri, Hulkenberg, all the same. Giovinazzi is reserve driver for Red Bull now. Daniel Ricciardo is... Daniel Ricciardo's going to be driving for AlphaTauri this season, so that's a cool move. As Théo Pourchaire has been let go. Ooh, that's an interesting one. We could have had him... Well, I don't think he would have taken a reserve driver role anyway. Nick De Vries is still at AlphaTauri. Amazingly, Mick Schumacher is now a free agent. Drugovich has gone to Ferrari as a Reserve driver Richard Verschoor has gone to Mercedes as a reserve. Liam Lawson still reserve at AlphaTauri. Palu still reserve at McLaren. Iwasa has joined us. Doohan has gone to Haas. Anybody else in there? Hauger's in there. Fittipaldi is now reserved for... Then Pietro Fittipaldi has gone to Alpine. So has anybody else lost their seat? I don't think so. I think we're all good. I think so. But that's really cool that Daniel Ricciardo has joined AlphaTauri. Just checking everything else there. Yeah, that's going to be awesome to see how he gets on against Nick De Vries. He's down to 79 rated now, which is pretty bonkers. But yes, let's have a little look. So our internal car report, engine cooling is something that we're going to have to work on pretty quick. But we do seem to have a better car than last year in most aspects other than the engine cooling. Pit crew performance has gone down, which is kind of what we expect. Let's try and work them hard at the start of the season. Try and get that pit stop time down. We want to win that this year. ATR allocations, cool. So we're going to get 45.6 hours and 608. Yeah, and that's then divided up over the periods. Okay, let's have a quick look at the car analysis screen then. Pretty good, actually. Looks mid-table, which I think is what we expect. We definitely want to set some car part developments off. And we want to work on some cooling. So where could we get some brake cooling? Front wing. Oh, actually, it was engine cooling, wasn't it? So side pods and chassis. Yeah, so we could get a brand new one of each of them. So, yeah, just going to have to be a little bit more fruitful with our resources. That looks good. So if we go into next now, we increase the focus on engine cooling. Try a little bit less weight this season. Yeah, that might be nice. Okay. Let's pop 2 engineers on that. That'll be done in 28 days. Bahrain Grand Prix is not for another 53 days. Let's get some side pods done as well. And that will allow us to also get a bit more engine cooling in there. Focus on that. Yep, everything else looks good. Get 2 engineers working on that. Right, now we can look at some performance areas. So we know our engine cooling isn't great. Where else are we struggling compared to the rest of the grid? Probably low speed, medium speed, acceleration. That's where we want to work on. So back into design we go. Where do we want to focus all of that? Funnily enough, acceleration, it's not in there. Rear wing, of course, is something we could do to increase our top speed a little bit. But we probably want a bit of a underfloor upgrade. I'm going to put a little bit more of our hours into this. Yeah, that looks good. A bit more of a focus on low speed. That's fine. A little bit of a lighter compound, and we're going to stick 3 engineers on this one. And then we've got one more thing to look at. And I think we're going to go for suspension. The problem is all of these are going to be finished. So I'm actually going to just put a little bit into this new suspension, because it's not adding much to the car, is it? Yeah. Or should we go for 2 of them this time? And 1 of them. That looks good. 3 engineers. That'll be normal. Cool. So we've got 4 upgrades coming in already for the start of the season. Happy with that. Right, facilities-wise, let's see where we are up to here. Design centre. Condition isn't great. We can, of course, refurbish it, but level 2 design centre. CFD simulator isn't fantastic. Neither is our car part test centre. But I'm just trying to work out what's going to be cost effective for Williams. I mean, looking at that, that's going to increase things quite nicely, actually. Yeah, maybe we go for that. Get the CFD simulator up and running. A bit more. Staff facilities. Maybe increase the CFD simulator. Yeah, boardroom is going to have to be upgraded, I think, as well. Weather centre, I think, is an important one to have right. Somebody said build a helipad. Try and get a bit more sponsorship. So, yeah, I'm quite happy to do that as well. That's going to get us a bit of profit, isn't it? Not much payback time, but... what about... Yeah, memorabilia room isn't a great one. Hospitality area. Let's get that upgraded as well. Yeah, I'm not bothered about that. What's the team hub? Yeah, surely we want that upgraded. We've got this money, so let's burn a hole in our pocket. Yeah, that's fine. Right. Okay, we still got 20 million in the bank. That's all looking good to me. Let's push forward a little bit. Yeah, we wanted to look at this. So here's the team roster update. I don't think there's any real differences to the actual driver lineups. Just the reserve driver lineups have updated. It's only Daniel Ricciardo and AlphaTauri, which is awesome. The Formula 3 driver roster, so Sophia Flörsch and Alejandro Garcia. There, you can have a little look through if you want. We've got some new people in there, plenty of women in there, goodness me. And into Formula 2. And there are the teams. And here's Mattia Spinney's profile. Now, this guy would have good affinity with Yuki, but I just don't think he's worth the extra money, if I'm honest. We have got a free agent here. Should we get him scouted, see what he's like? I'm just thinking Gaita Diego out of our staff is a bit of a I suppose a weakling, if you like. Anyway, we've got a response required. Increased construction speed. So we could pay... I don't think that's worth 240,000, is it? When will it... No, it's only going to bring it forward 6 days. That's not worth it. Okay, helipad has been constructed. That's going to help us out in terms of attracting sponsorships. Pit crew are already exhausted. Bless their cotton socks. No, that's fine. We'll give them a rest before Bahrain. Okay, scouting completed. Let's have a little look. He does look pretty good. Yeah, do we want him? Do we want him? That's my question to you guys. You can let me know. Race simulator is upgraded as well. So things are looking great at the moment. Boardroom is complete. Let's keep going. Yep, all the facilities looking good. Now, what I do want to check is, has all of that money come out of the cost cap? Facilities... I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. Apologies about that. Should have done them a bit earlier. Right, design complete for the chassis. Let's get that manufactured. We're going to need 4 of them. We'll get that built in time for the first race of the season. And we can now get another design in there. So that was for the chassis. So let's get a new front wing going. And this will definitely help us out. A little bit more focus towards those areas. And a little bit lighter. 2 engineers. Normal, and that should be in time for the next Grand Prix. Very good. Right. Let's keep going. Facility upgrade complete. This is great. Idle scouts. So let's... I mean, I don't think we need drivers, to be fair. I think we're in a good place. Let's have a look for a head of aerodynamics. Who's interested? This guy's interested. Ian Gregg. Let's get some detailed scouting on him. That would be a pretty big improvement for us. And let's go Aaron Melvin as well. Let's get both of those scouted. And let's continue on. Side pods extended deadline. Ooh. So that would be a 2-week delay. I'm going to pay overtime on that one. Driver development update. Not a lot from those two. Maybe we need to change up their development. Let's work on that for Alex Albon, just to try and switch it up a little bit. Let's go for driving standards for Tsunoda. Right, pit crew development. We're going to go for pit stop time again. But we're going to give them rest. Right before the Grand Prix. Okay. And I would like that to be tyres. That all looks good, doesn't it? I think. So we're looking at possibly dipping below 2 seconds for Bahrain, which would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? Right, side pods are manufactured. Beautiful. Let's get them, or designed, I should say. Let's get them made up. And we're actually going to... Are we going to rush that through? Adds 900,000 onto it. I think it's worth it for the first race of the season to have those fully completed. And we can have a new design for the rear wing started. We can put the rest of our stuff on. And I think this is looking good right now. I'm actually going to try and make this a very, very good DRS and top speed update. That's fine, 39 days, that looks good to me. Right, continue on then. Let's have a look at the car analysis. Obviously we haven't got our parts on the car yet, that's why that hasn't happened. We can manufacture the suspension now. We can rush those through, get them in by the Bahrain Grand Prix. And the underfloor, unless we... Well, we haven't got any upgrade slots, have we? So we can't actually manufacture any of those, which is a shame. Let's just have a quick look at that. Yeah, 16 days we'll have to wait for that, which seems annoying. Yeah, that would give us money back, wouldn't it? Yeah. So if we move that down to 2. Move that down to 2. And move that down to 2. Yeah, that's fine. So that means that in 6 days we can get some underfloors made. All good. All good. So there you go. Side pods are done. Let's get them on the car. Underfloor. Manufacture. 2. If we rush them, we'll get them on. And we'll only have a couple of copies of them, but it'll be worth it to have our upgrades on. Right, quick look at the car analysis. Very good. Okay, so for total extra weight, we are the best car now. For that. Right, suspension manufactured. Let's get those on there. We'll get 2 more made. That's fine. CFD simulator is done. Chassis is now completed. So we'll get 2 more of those made. And that will, yeah, because we don't need them rushed, do we? The new ones. Hey, David Warner is now up to 81. Underfloor now completed as well. And we are getting perilously close to the start of the season now. What was the pre-season test results looking like? Looks like we're very much mid-table, which I'm sort of expecting, to be fair. I don't think we're going to be near the front of the grid, but I'm hoping that we should be able to go and get some points. So let's head to the race weekend, I guess. Where are we at? So we've got some idle engineers. Yes, because we can actually go to the car parts development. Let's just have a little look at this. When is the ATR window open? In 10 days. So I'm happy to leave them idle for 10 days. And we'll see what they come up with. Okay, performance targets then. They're expecting us to reach Q3. I'm going to say both drivers will qualify in the top 14 and both drivers will get through to Q2. I'm sort of expecting that. We will get a finish position streak. Both drivers are going to finish in the top 15 for the first 5 races of the season. So, yeah, looking forward to this. This is going to be exciting. Season 2 is about to begin. We're already 35 minutes into this episode. Unbelievable. Let's get ourselves into it. Here we go.
Here we go, folks. F1 returns, starting here in Bahrain. As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean, and all 20 drivers prepare to make an instant impact ahead of an exciting year. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing.
The teams will be utilizing the data they gathered from the pre-season testing here in Bahrain, hoping that they've got everything they need to make a strong start.
The weekend begins here.
Okay, let's get ourselves into the first race of the season. I'll go ahead and complete practice, and I'll see you guys for qualifying. Well, just a quick idea of maybe what the pace is like. Here are the practice 3 results. Aston Martin 1 and 2, Leclerc up there for Ferrari, the 2 Red Bulls up there as well, Mercedes. Then in the next tier, about half a second off with Alpine in there. We seem to be, I think, top 10 fodder. You know, Sonoda was slow in that session, but I think overall we're looking pretty good. Ricciardo looking a lot faster than De Vries as well, so good to see him back in the sport. But overall 97% setup satisfaction for Alex Albon, 95% for Yuki Tsunoda, meaning they're going into this session both confident, and fingers crossed we can have a good qualifying performance here. So let's get ourselves into qualifying.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
Bahrain's track is dusty and abrasive, and even under the floodlights, qualifying is tough on soft tyres. Teams will need to use their tyre allocations wisely.
And in terms of the driver we've got here, Nick De Vries, how do you think he's feeling at this moment?
It's interesting because they weren't that fast in practice. I'm not sure if this was a lack of pace or just the team trying different things, but I imagine we'll see their true performance soon enough.
So don't go anywhere, folks. It's nearly time for qualifying.
Okay, right. Let's have a little look then. at the cars going into qualifying session 1. I think we're going to have to get out there early. We're going to have to make sure that we get some times on the board. But yeah, it should be a pretty strong showing, you would think, from us here. We are going to go with Alex Albon first. Sorry, Yuki Tsunoda first. He's going to get out there and set his time. Alex Albon's going to get out there second. I'm going to take manual control pretty much straight away for Tsunoda. Want to get him as light as possible, so there's no need for him to have his fuel on conserve.
You can increase the pace.
Okay.
Okay. And let's slowly bring that up. It's aggressive now.
Focus.
Okay.
And finally, onto attack. And here we go then.
Can you bring the pace up, please?
For Yuki Tsunoda. Albon.
Push through all corners.
Not too far behind either. So let's ride on board with Yuki Tsunoda for this first lap of the 2024 season. Doesn't look like he's going to be troubled by any traffic at all. Hopefully Albon will get out before that Red Bull. Don't think he will. I think that Red Bull is going to get in the way of Alex Albon here. Let's see as he's coming down the pit lane now. There's the Red Bull coming out on the right hand side. Oh, and it's right on the corner as well where we've come across him. Luckily stays well out of the way. Tsunoda, purple of course, through that first sector. Let's see how Alex Albon gets through that sector. It was a 27.4 for Tsunoda. It's a 27.3 for Albon. So even with that little distraction of the Red Bull at turn 1, Albon goes quicker in the first sector. Now, Tsunoda, when he came into the team, outperformed Albon pretty convincingly the first few Grand Prix, and then Albon seemed to come back towards the end of the season, almost got us 6th place in the championship through some sensational performances at Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi. It's a 40.7 in the middle sector for Tsunoda. Let's keep an eye on Alex Albon. Albon coming through now. And that is quicker as well. So 10th quicker in both Sector 1 and Sector 2. Here comes Yuki Tsunoda up to the line then. First time lap of the season. And that's a 131.7 for Yuki Tsunoda. What about Alex Albon as he's coming through now? What can he manage? He's over the line and it's a 137.4, so a 10th quicker in each of the 3 sectors for Alex Albon. Okay, let's zoom it through. Aston Martin looking very quick, and they go half a second quicker than Albon straight away. Gasly up to P2. McLaren, Zhou Guanyu as well off our pace at least. And here comes Sergio Perez for Red Bull. He's up to the line, he goes second. As Nick de Vries goes up to P6, 5 tenths off the back of Tsunoda. Right, it's going to be Max Verstappen next. That puts in a time. Verstappen over the line, only P7. Magnussen over the line. He's starting his lap. What about Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz for Ferrari. He's over the line. He only goes 6th. Hülkenberg for Haas. Just starting his lap, and he's distracted by Ricciardo there. Ocon goes P3. Alpine looking strong out there. And here comes Kevin Magnussen for Haas. Where's he going to come in all of this? He goes P7. This is all very, very interesting, isn't it? Where is the pace of everybody? Hülkenberg only 14th. What about Bottas for Alpha? 10th. Very good lap from Bottas there. Not far off the pace of the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. But we're currently 5th and 6th. Our lap time's holding up pretty well. Here's Charles Leclerc over the line, starting his lap. We'll keep an eye on his sector times. Hamilton coming through as well for Mercedes, as is Russell. Zhou Guan Yu may well be coming out and setting another lap. And he goes 7th. What a time for him, as Charles Leclerc goes 2nd. Piastri up to 9th. What about Hamilton? Oh, only 19th. Well, now 20th as Russell has gone P3. Oh, this is very, very interesting. I think lots of drivers haven't managed to get a clean lap in. And that's massively affected everybody. Right. Okay, Russell's out there. Gonna get Tsunoda out. Try and get him ahead of those guys. No, it's not gonna happen. And now he's gonna be behind Lewis Hamilton. And then Albon next.
Let's try and get these brakes fired up again.
Focus and push.
Yeah, let's try and be aggressive
We're happy to push on
from
with
the
tyres.
early moments for Yuki.
Copy.
Tsunoda needs to be able to get through these guys. Yeah, don't want to be at the back of a train, really. Tsunoda's the one that's at risk. Obviously, Sainz and Hamilton, you'd expect them to go quicker, and there goes Hülkenberg, he's quicker. Yeah.
Pushing on, pushing on.
Copy.
If you've got any pace left.
And here we go then with Yuki Tsunoda. His tyres may well get too hot by the end of the lap, but he's got to give it his everything. Albon should get an almighty tow from that McLaren as well. Let's keep an eye on them throughout their lap. So Tsunoda goes through sector 1 quicker
Okay, checker flag.
than he did last time. Albon quicker as well. 27.3 for both of them. And Ricciardo's over the line. He's not going to get through to Q2 on his return. Oh, Albon's in a big spot of bother here. He should be fine. I don't think anybody's going to go faster than him. Let's have a little look through this middle sector then. Tsunoda comes through. It is green as well. And a 40.6. Plays a 40.8, so Albon's not going to improve. So I think just bring him in. Save the tyres. Tsunoda over the line. He goes P8. What a time for him. Hamilton into the top 10 as well. And there we have it then. 9th and 10th for Tsunoda and Albon. Very similar times in the end. Going out in Q1, the two McLarens, Piastri and Norris. Kevin Magnussen in the Haas. And the two AlphaTauris of Daniel Ricciardo and Nick de Vries. Okay. Q2 it is. And do we use a scrub set of tyres for Albon in the first run? Yeah, possibly for both of them, actually.
That's green now. Green now.
And I'm quite tempted to leave their tyres to their own devices until later on, because the tyres were overheating by the end.
We could do with a bit more pace now if you've got it.
Copy.
And happy to lean more on the tyres.
Copy.
So let's see what they've got as they come round the final corner. Tsunoda's tyres definitely hotter than his teammates. What sort of times can they put in? Obviously it was a 27.3 last time, 27.5 this time. Although Tsunoda has gone quicker. Probably because he's getting a bit of a tow from his teammate. Coming through the middle sector. 40.4, so that's an improvement. 40.3 for Tsunoda. So this is looking good. As they come round the final corner now. Alex Albon up to the line. And he puts in a very good time. Tsunoda even better. Wow, a 31.1. I think that is better than Q1 time. I don't know if we can see Q1 times, can we? Don't think so. We will do at the end of the session, obviously, but yeah, not just yet. So Tsunoda, only a couple of tenths off George Russell, who's put in the best time so far. Obviously, we're going to put them back out there on a brand new, fresh set of soft tyres and probably do the same, if not attack a little bit later and give them the cool tyres into their lap. It seemed to work quite nicely. So at the moment, Tsunoda P10, Albon P12. I think we'd certainly take that. I'm prepared to leave it a little bit longer here. Right. Now I'll have to take manual control because otherwise they will not make the line.
Build the front tyre temp.
Yep, copy. As before, focus on your tyre temperature target and the brakes.
Yeah, copy.
Now should be able to be
Push on now.
aggressive.
Okay,
Now
we are
Albon's going to make it. I think Tsunoda should just about make it as well. With a couple of seconds to go.
Check a flag ahead of you.
But are they going to be able to get through? That's the question. Let's stay on board with them. I've left their tyres a little bit cooler. Now Albon might be in a bit of trouble. Well, it is green first sector for him. That's his teammate that's currently in P10, of course. 27.5 again, so not quite his best. But Max Verstappen looking like he's pulling out some decent times for Red Bull. Ocon is already out of qualifying. I was going to say he's got to be the big worry. Now, Albon's going to come through this middle sector. Tsunoda really needs to make some time on Hamilton if he wants to get through, because Albon, well, not quite as good a middle sector. It's about on par
Pack is currently low.
with where he was at, but now doesn't have any ERS deployment. So this isn't good for Alex Albon. He's coming round the final corner. Gets a bit of a tow. Opens the DRS over the line. It's a 32 flat, which isn't enough to get through. Tsunoda over the line. No improvement for him either. But it's P10 for Tsunoda. He's through. to Q3. Alex Albon is out, and that's a shame. It was just a slight improvement on his Q2 time on the scrub tyres, but Tsunoda's through, and he'll be happy about that. Most definitely. Right, scrub tyre time, I think, for Q3. Gonna get him straight out there.
That's great.
And we'll go and building up his tyres as much as possible. And then attacking them.
You can increase the pace.
Towards the end. So that his tyres
Make sure
gradually build in temperature over the course of his flying lap rather than being overheated for most of it. What did he manage there? 27.4. It's not quite as good as his previous best time. And now he's got peak tyre temperatures. Should be in a good place. Yeah, 40.5. Russell gets out of the way nicely. Perez gets out of the way nicely, and he heads up to the line. And it's a 31.4. Or 5 in the end. Which isn't a bad time. Will only be good enough for 10th, you feel. So... well, it's P8 at the moment, to be fair. Ahead of Perez and Hamilton, so if there was a red flag, he'd be starting P8. Alright, that's time.
Watch out for control. Your main focus is your tires and brakes. That's your main focus.
Copy.
Thing is, he's not going to have enough deployment, is he?
So you can increase the pace.
Okay.
Just take the flag.
Let's see what he can do. So this is his final lap in qualifying at the Bahrain Grand Prix for Season 2. Flies round the first sector. Looks okay. 27.6. It's 0.2 off the pace. And now should be able to use his ERS as much as he wants. There are yellow flags. I don't know what's happened.
Copy.
But that's surely going to stop him from doing what he needs to do as Hamilton goes P4. So Tsunoda is now very much P10. Yellows have gone away. What about his sector times? Or is he just going to be way too slow? 40.6. It's not bad, but I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough as Yuki Tsunoda, he comes up to the line his final time in Q3. No improvement for Tsunoda, so he'll be starting P10 tomorrow. And, well, car looks okay. I'm quite happy, really. You know, we have probably closed the gap to the absolute front runners a bit. It's just everybody else has as well, and it's going to be about our early developments this season and trying to make the most of them.
It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap. The weather is beautifully clear tonight, which is one less problem for the teams to face. Of course, that doesn't take anything away from the unpredictability of this race.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to deal with the pressure here in Bahrain?
Okay then, let's see how we get on. Obviously, two-stop strategy is the way forward here in Bahrain, and I think an aggressive one at that. I think we tried a one-stopper with Logan Sargent last year, and well, fair to say it didn't quite go to plan. I do want to try and look after the tyres a bit more this time around to make sure they're in good nick and not losing you loads of time. So yeah, with Albon we're going to go for that. An aggressive two-stopper. Tsunoda probably want to do the same. Maybe just switch the medium tyre in the middle of the Grand Prix, just to switch it up ever so slightly. Maybe, and give him fresh rubber at the end of the Grand Prix. Yeah, I think that looks good. So we're going to go for that for Tsunoda. We're going to go for 2 softs and then a medium for Albon. And fingers crossed Yuki can do it. So here we go. Let's get ourselves into the Grand Prix. Just make sure everybody's set and ready to go. Here it is then.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. A chance to see just what Charles Leclerc can achieve here.
They've got to drive a perfect race if they're going to fight up from P7 in this one.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands.
Well, Fernando Alonso on pole then.
And this
What can he do for Aston Martin? 5 red lights. Lights out. Away we go. Here for the 2024 season. Fernando Alonso off the grid well. Can he hold off Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen into turn 1 as the 2 Red Bulls are side by side? And that's a good overtake from Max Verstappen into second now. Perez is currently 3rd, followed by Stroll in 4th. Hamilton drops to 5th. Leclerc is P6 as it stands. Then Sainz in 7th. Gasly 8th, Russell 9th, and Yuki Tsunoda rounds out the top 10. Ocon is P11 with Albon following in 12th. And then behind Albon is Hülkenberg, who seems to be struggling a little bit to keep up, which is what we like to see. So we're going to zoom it forward just a little bit. First couple of laps are always, you know, about trying to stay in that DRS range of the car in front, particularly for Alex Albon. Yuki Tsunoda might not be able to compete with Russell and co this early in the season, so it's about trying to get off to a good start and maybe even grab a point in this opening race. So let's see how we get on here. I'll drop that back down to aggressive now.
You can afford to drop back. Yep.
I think with Albon, I'm going to tell him to avoid high-risk curbs and see if he can take those tyres a little bit longer into the Grand Prix than Tsunoda, and see if that's a worthwhile tactic at the start of this season. So DRS enabled, and straight away we've got Yuki Tsunoda possibly under a little bit of pressure as Albon chasing hard after Ocon. Let's see, his tyre temps are reducing at a better rate than Tsunoda. But he tries to go down the inside here, Albon. Can he make the move stick?
Copy.
Not this time.
Yep, copy.
But Tsunoda is
As soon as I try to race anyone, I just have no shot.
Is more than a second ahead of Ocon now, which is good stuff. And, well, most people have gone for the soft tyres, but Leclerc on the mediums in the top 10, as is Lance Stroll. So, they're gettable. Albon now with DRS on Ocon. Let's see what they can pull off over the next few laps. Here goes Alex Albon then. Let's head into visor cam. It should be him making a move, you would think. And he does try down the inside. And they are still side by side, but once again Albon doesn't learn from last time that the inside turns into the outside pretty quickly there.
Let's keep pushing.
Albon looking racy. Tsunoda managing to stay with the top guys at present. But we once again join Alex Albon in his quest to get past Esteban Ocon. And once again he goes down the inside. And this time he gets his nose slightly more in front. And he's going to whip it round the outside, and he's hoping that he can keep himself in check and uses a bit of ERS.
Ridiculous.
Out of the corner.
Keep pushing.
And now, well, I think Ocon's going to have DRS here.
Yeah, it's just not possible.
And yeah, that was a bit cheeky from Ocon there, as Tsunoda has made it past George Russell. So he's off to a very good start, isn't he? Tsunoda up to P9 already. And here we go then with Alex Albon. Is he going to have a look down the inside? Not this time. But two Alpines we're fighting with here. Well, will Tsunoda have more success than his teammates? I think it's going to be exactly the same outcome here. For poor old Yuki. Unless he can be within a second of Leclerc. I think he might have been, you know. And he was. Look at that. DRS enabled. Which he can use as a bit of defensive source now. And here goes Albon past Esteban Ocon. Brilliant. So race pace of the Williams looking good this year, which obviously this time last year we were very much struggling at this part of the race, weren't we? Albon overtakes Ocon then. And he's up into P11. Looking after his tyres quite nicely. I think possibly deserves a chance to push on.
You can close up.
Try and get out of range of Ocon. That's got to be the play at this point for Albon. Tsunoda now trying to get past Charles Leclerc. He goes down the inside, and once again manages to make it round pretty easily in the end.
It's a good job. He's going P7.
And now can Tsunoda
Use the rest.
get out of the range of Charles Leclerc? Albon Yeah, 1.4 seconds ahead now of Esteban Ocon. And remember, we are on the Renault engine this season, which is more fuel efficient.
Yeah.
So we should be able to push that car, push the car a little bit better. Then we have over the last season.
Manage his tires.
Now, Sonoda, on the other hand, I don't think is gonna
Reduce Lyco on board.
be able to catch up to Sainz very quickly here, but does push it quite nicely through the middle sector, and now more than a second up on Charles Leclerc. So Sonoda currently P7, Albon currently P11. Let's have a little look at tyre life. Wow, Albon in a totally different position, isn't he, on his tyres? So I think it's probably worth telling Sonoda to avoid high-risk curbs, although Albon very much losing out to Russell in all this, but let's maybe see how it goes for Sonoda, just to get his tyres back. Back under control.
We will leave Co, please.
Yeah, Gasly now is the one pushing. Albon has done a really good job in this stint, and I think now can take that off and can start to close in a little bit here. So a bit of DRS should be able to make the manoeuvre stick. Goes round the outside. It's going to have DRS again up the hill. And Sonoda through. Now when is Sonoda coming into the pits? Not far down the line. How's Albon getting on? 3 seconds is the gap between him and George Russell. Sonoda once again battling with Gasly, but that's just a flip-flop battle.
The window is open.
Yep, copy.
Okay, Alex, we can start reducing lift and coast.
Yeah.
So we're going to give Alex a little bit of license to push here. You should get a bit of a monster of an undercut. And it's Charles Leclerc that's struggling the most out of everybody. That's whether we say to Sonoda. Yeah, because Sonoda is quicker than Gasly. That's kind of what's frustrating. So maybe we bring Sonoda in this lap. And Alex can come in next lap. It's perhaps what we do to just absolutely get the most out of this. He goes round the outside of Gasly there, turns into the inside line, should be through. And it is almost through. So here we go then. Let's see. First pit stop of the season. Sonoda's in.
Copy.
There is Albon. Still pushing like a maniac.
Turn 1.
Copy.
There. Sonoda in the pit stops, and it's a 1.9 second pit stop. Brilliant pit stop from him.
Watch out for Piastri.
Only problem is he's now in a little bit of traffic. Should be able to make his way through.
Come on.
Copy.
Quite comfortably.
Like to reduce Lyco.
Copy.
We'll save fuel later. He needs to be able to make it through here. Now Albon 7 seconds ahead of Ocon. When is Albon coming into the pits? Realistically, he needs to come in this lap. He's going to be going onto soft tyres again. So he's going slightly different to Yuki.
Box.
I'm happy to.
He's going to get a bit of an undercut as well. Well, how's Sonoda lost a position here?
Box.
Okay, copy that.
So Albon's in. And this is the problem. Sonoda's now in traffic.
Busy pit exit.
Goes Albon slightly quicker than Sonoda that pit stop. But he is out ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. Yep, Sonoda needs to make these passes quickly. Or he will not be getting any sort of undercut whatsoever.
We stop Lyco.
Okay.
So let's hop on board with him. Should be able to get past K-Mag here. He's going to try around the outside. And he is through. Nicely done. And now should be doing quicker laps than Gasly. Somebody's crashed up ahead. I think it might be Sonoda.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just a little bit of suspension damage. And that was Kevin Magnussen. I think that actually went into the back of him there. Yeah, that's not good. So yep, here goes Magnussen down Around the outside of Albon there. Albon should be able to get past the McLaren. Let's move him down to medium now.
Getting good.
So Albon now the man who could get a decent amount of time made up here. And Albon puts in the fastest lap of the race. Well, there you go. It'll be pretty short-lived, you would imagine, but I'm doing a good job out there. Let's avoid high-risk curves. Let's get him after those tyres a bit. Tsunoda should be able to make this move on Bottas. Yeah, played the dummy. Played it well.
We're on tyre management.
Copy.
So 9th and 10th at the moment in this Grand Prix. Now, some people, I think, will be going for the very risky one-stopper in this race. Leclerc will get past Albon, and that's fine. Yeah, just gutted about Tsunoda's suspension, really. It wasn't our fault for once. But Albon P8. Oh. Is it safety car?
Now I think this.
Let's have a little look. It was Sainz. And is that Fernando Alonso, the pole sitter? Yeah. Well, don't think that'll be much damage for either driver, but Alonso has got a penalty. Albon dealing with the pace of Hamilton right now. Looking after his tyres. And Sainz is locked up, and it's not good for him. How's his tyres looking? Very good. Right. Okay. Time for Albon to attack. Let's see what he can pull off here. He's going to be able to make it past Carlos Sainz at this point. That's pretty unbelievable that we're now on track P7. There's Albon coming in. Next lap. He's Gonna come in and put on some medium tyres.
Okay, box.
Box.
Can you bring the pace up, please?
Nothing. Sonoda's crashes affected him more than we would realise. Yes, Albon coming into the pit lane.
Okay, back off.
Yep, copy.
So here he comes
Box.
into the pits.
Copy.
Now can he get a good pit stop here as Sonoda's coming around the final corner now. Albon a win at 1.923 seconds. Very, very good time from him. Yeah. Tell Sonoda not to fight his teammate. Yeah, Albon should get a very nice undercut here. He's going to drag Sonoda along with him a little bit. Albon starting to close in a little bit on the cars in front. Yeah, Russell the only one that's actually come in for 2 pit stops so far. Right, we don't need the battle assist on. That's fine. Should be able to go a little bit quicker now. I think Russell must be on. Oh no, he's on mediums, to be fair. There is Carlos Sainz 6 seconds behind Alexander Albon. Okay, let's keep going.
Box.
Copy.
Okay, when are other people going to be coming into the pits? I'm looking at Ocon. His tyres are going to be shot. Gasly's tyres are pretty rough as well. Yeah, decent pit stop for Tsunoda as well. Carlos Sainz has come from nowhere here.
Let's reduce lifting coast.
Okay, copy.
There's Ocon. Obviously Sainz is in a quicker car, but how on earth he caught up that quickly? That's beyond belief. But look at this, we are closing in on Gasly, Hamilton. Sainz, okay, he's past us, but I think we can get some good points here. Come the end of this race, we've got 10 laps to go. Yeah, even Russell's tyres aren't great. This could be a 6-car fight for 5th place. Let's see what he can pull off here. Oh, needs to be careful on the fuel. Within DRS, so let's just conserve that fuel for a few laps. He's back ahead of Sainz somehow. Sainz's tyres gone off? Yeah, they have. Well. Albon should really finish 7th here. Okay. 6 laps to go. Hamilton's tyres are shot. I'll put the ERS battle assist back on.
Just use the overtake.
Yeah.
And here we go then, Alex Albon about to take Lewis Hamilton into turn 1 here. Yeah, very good. Easily through. And Gasly will be next. And there we go, Pierre Gasly gone as well. Let's attack those tyres a bit more. So Alex Albon, he's looked after his tyres quite nicely today. And this is his reward. I suppose Alonso's tyres might go off by the end of the Grand Prix. That's where we might get a little bit more success. Let's deploy the ERS, get us out of the DRS range of Gasly. And then we can start thinking about Fernando Alonso. Meanwhile, Yuki Tsunoda, he is 13th at the moment. Should probably reach Norris by the end of the race for 12th. A bit of a disappointing outing for Tsunoda. But it was all caused by that crash with Kevin Magnussen earlier on. What's funny is Sainz is getting back into pace here. Surely not for long. Sainz is through. I mean, where on earth has Sainz's pace come from?
DRS is currently disabled. DRS is currently disabled.
Okay, let's try and avoid the curbs.
Start to close in now.
Right. Yeah, we do use fuel very quickly.
Leave core increase, please.
Copy.
Alright, last lap of the race for Alex Albon.
Use the overtake.
Copy, yes.
What's he going to be able to do here? Can he get back past Sainz for 7th place? I don't think so, as it's Max Verstappen that wins it. Perez had led on the start of the final lap, but Max Verstappen wins. Perez finishes 2nd. Looks like Charles Leclerc is going to finish 3rd.
Just amazing.
And Fernando Alonso will finish in 4th place. Here comes Alex Albon. He's going to finish P8. Shame for him in the end.
So be mindful of that.
Copy.
But he finds the checkered flag.
Okay, Alex, that's the flag.
And well, Sonoda's going to finish 13th. But 4 points on the opening day of the season for Alex Albon. Oh my god. He's okay.
Reduce the lift and
Well,
core.
that could have been a disaster. He's only just made it over the line.
So we're P13. Good fight. Good fight.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for the first lap. And I'm really proud of you guys. Thank you very much.
Okay, so there you have it then. 8th and 13th in this Grand Prix.
Making his way back.
What's going on here?
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
And that's win number 1 of the season. And it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
And we've certainly kicked things off in style here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now, Karun, no doubt there'll be a lot for the teams to process after that race, but how do you think the Williams team are feeling?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
In the next round, we head to the shores of the Red Sea as Formula One returns to Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Okay, very good. Very happy with that. We finish in P8 with Alex Albon. I think we're maybe a couple of upgrades away from being able to mix it with those guys nearer the front. I think with strategy there, we were able to, put our car somewhere perhaps it shouldn't be. Sonoda, a little unlucky with the damage to his car, but P8 for Alex Albon. Good start. That puts us 5th in the Constructors' Championship, and we were 1 and 2 with the fastest pit stops today, just edging out Red Bull, who seemed pretty close. But we topped that championship, and I think we've got a great chance of pulling that championship off this season, which I think is just unbelievable, where you think we were this time last year. 3.8 million in profit as well, so making good amounts of money. It's going to be a good year, folks. I can feel it, and hopefully we will manage to sort out some of those little issues with incidents throughout the race. Obviously, we were trying to be aggressive with Tsunoda because we were trying to make the undercut work, and that's ultimately what cost him. We could have had a double points finish today. But that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. If you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.